Since I have a pretty weird fascination with small yellow submarines and this kit came along, I figured why not build it. And since it's small and yellow and a submarine, all my boxes are ticked. I thought you guys might enjoy it as it is something else other than cars all the time. So just going through the box, then starting by cutting out all the parts from the sprues and gluing some stuff together with some Tamiya cement. With all the parts cut out and ready for the assembly, I started by gluing the main body of the submarine together, joining the two big pieces and then starting on some other pieces that also needed to be glued together before paint, as that would make it a lot easier and they would still need to be glued and cleaned either way, so before paint is a lot easier to do. Now on this one, a lot of the body parts are going to be glued together and the seams are going to be sanded flush and maybe even cleaned up with some filler. I'm going to deviate from the original design from the box, as I kind of have a couple of things I don't like and some other ideas all around. So I'm just going to glue some stuff together and then add a first coat of primer. Later on in the next video, I will start some small modifications, fixes, and fill up some of the gaps. With all those parts now glued together, ready for some primer, I took out some Zero Paints primer, my airbrush, and started going over it with 2 light coats, just getting everything covered and having a sort of ground coat for all the filler that's coming up next to stick to a bit better, making it easier to blend it in with the rest of the body. Now this first coat is just a light coat. After that I let it dry for about 5 minutes, moved on to the second coat, and that's pretty much all there is for now. There will be a couple of more coats of primer following, as I'm going to do some fixes and fill-ups as I mentioned earlier, so this is just to cover the basics. Just a small side note for all the purists out there and the die-hard Thunderbirds fans. I never actually watched the series as I am way too young for that. I just liked playing with the old toys from my dad and my uncles, and that's where the small fascination for this one came from. But as I mentioned, I'm going to deviate a small amount from the original, as I think some of the things on there are not really to my liking, and other things just popped in my head thinking they would look really cool. So stick with me and don't be too harsh on my design choices.